Welcome back to our channel Class-Like Community. So today we will be dealing with the lecture 3, that is the electrostatics, and the subtopics which we are dealing with is Coulomb's law, electric field intensity, electric flux density, Gauss theorem, and last but not the least, that is the Stokes theorem. So without wasting more time, let's begin. So first of all is the law of electrostatics, that is the Coulomb's law, which you have already known, but in this topic it is there, so it is my duty to make you understand with the diagram. So, Coulomb's law states that the electrostatic force of interaction between 2-point charges. So, this is the 2-point charge. So, one is Q1, another is Q2. So, it's directly proportional to the product of their charges. So, the electrostatic force is the interaction between these 2 points, and it is directly proportional to the product of these two charges, that is Q1 and Q2. And it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance which is being separated these two charges, and it acts along the position vector joining the two charges, and it will act along the position vector which will joining these two charges. And the last, it states that if both the charges are unlike charges, then it will attract each other, but if it is like charges, then it will repel each other. So force on charge Q2 due to Q1 is separated by the distance r, and hence the formula is F of 1, 2 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 and Q2 products, and the inversely proportional, or you can say divided by r square of 1, 2 r cap 1, 2. This is the unit vector. So I hope all of you understood the Coulomb's law, and if you write all the statements with the diagram and the formula, you will get your full marks. Now we will move on to the electric field intensity. So electric field intensity is nothing but a force experienced by unit charge. So think this, it is a unit charge, whatever the force is being experienced by it, that will be electric field intensity. So E is equal to the force by Q, and you can write this along with that E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r dot Q by r square. Okay. Now it can be represented as the gradient of potential also along the direction of decreasing potential. So here this electric field also be represented at gradient, and gradient is the inverse symbol of delta, with as it is the gradient of potential, so it's V. So what we does, as it is minus, that is the decreasing potential. Now in gradient what we do, we will do in all dimensions 1, so delta x, delta y, delta z, and with a unit vector I cap, j cap, k cap, and as it is V, that is the potential, so in above we will write delta V, and delta V in all the 3 dimensions. Now we will move on to the next topic, that is electric flux. So it states that line of force normal to the surface. So this is the line of force which is normal to this surface is a flux. Line of force emanate from positive charge to negative and converts on negative charge. So in the portion of negative charge, what it will do, it will converge, whereas in the positive charge it will emanate. So according to Faraday's law of electronic flux, but do not confuse with the law of electromagnetic induction, it states that the number of line of forces emitting from the charge is directly proportional to the quantity of charge. So that means whatever the number of line of emanate from the charge will be equal to the quantity of charge. So we can represent flux by the symbol phi is equal to EA cos theta. So this is our E and this is our A. So this is the dot product, that by EA cos theta, and it is perpendicular to area. So now we will see the electric flux density. So it states that electric flux density which has a symbol D, and it is also known as electric displacement. So now see, it represents the line of force crossing unit area normally. So it states that basically that the line of force whatever crosses through the area will be the electric flux density. So it is 5 by A, and if this flux are inclined to the normal, what happens? We have a dot product dot with cos theta, and whenever we solve this we get that it is epsilon E. Okay, now the next is the Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem states that a method to find electrical intensity which is easier than the Coulomb's law but has limitations. So there is something limitations for finding the electrical intensity much easily with this Gauss theorem, but there are some specific limitations to it. So it states that the total electric flux over a closed surface, so we will do a surface integration with this d phi. So when we know that d phi is equal to E dot ds, and when we solve this as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q r square, that is ds. So all of these are constant, so it will come out, and we know that ds is 4 pi r square. So we got that phi is equal to q by epsilon naught. So from this we came to know that the statement that phi is equal to q, that means the flux over closed surface is equal to the charge enclosed by the surface. And it can also be stated like gradient dot d is equal to rho. These applications are only few, but all of these applicable only for symmetric charge distribution. And the last thing which we will know will be the Stokes theorem. That means here the curl of a vector over a surface is equal to the line integral of the vector along the enclosing surface. So this is the surface integral which we are doing with the gradient into h dot ds, that means curl. As we know that curl means we cross product with h, that is over the surface, we will get this which will be equal to the line integral, that means the vector along the line enclosing the surface. So I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching, and if you have any queries please comment us down.
That's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live Magus videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.